So there are so many videos, positive videos, and a black man having a white girlfriend and a white man having a black girlfriend. How real it is.
It's to get views. Most black men want a black woman, and if it's unfortunate, but you see maybe in sports these athletes or Tiger Woods, a golfer, I believe he has a white wife.
That's a very honest answer, man. Seriously,
Yeah, I mean,
this podcast will gonna fire. I honestly, I can see the views coming in. Oh, Mr. Trevion, thank you so much for your time today, man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much for asking, first of all. Okay, so Mr. Trevion, thank you so much that you give us a time today and join my podcast. And you are the second customer of mine, or a client, I can say, or a business partner. I'm taking an interview online and having some views on Pakistani quality work and all that stuff. So I'm throwing a first question towards you, that what do you think about outsource to Asia and the Asian before working with us? What was your perspective and what was your perception before working with us, that what type of people we are we a deliver the work or not, and all that stuff. So please provide the details and the light on that subject, that if you're working with a Pakistani company or any other Asian company, your work will get done or not. So here you go.
Definitely, yeah. Okay. So let's see. Looking back on 2 years ago, I first wanted to reach out to you guys. And when I was looking for people to help me with my agency or to outsource work, some of the things that often came up were Fiverr or with other third-party sites where I can hire someone and I don't know if the work will get delivered. I have to look through a marketplace. So it was pretty uncertain. And when I initially, saw your website, looked over some of the quality content, I definitely knew right from the beginning that you guys definitely do fulfill. I didn't have anything, in the back of my mind that would have stopped me from hiring you. And I can definitely say, I am a minority. So I try to look out for other people who, in other cases might have looked over. So, I actually took more preference to want to work with you guys, to, work out a project and speak with you guys and hold on to your contact, you know. So yeah, hopefully that answers some of that question. Um, from the beginning, I looked at, Asians and the workload and the quality, and I never imagined it being any lower than, average American, for example. And it's kind of funny. Where you are, I believe the work ethic is maybe 3, 4, 5 times more than what it is of the average American. Like, let's be honest, we're kind of lazy
Thank you
as
so much for
Americans.
that. I'm listening this, and I'm seriously
Yeah.
flattered on this.
I mean, yeah, it's true, because in other countries, work isn't just an optional thing. You all got to work. You all have to provide a name and feed your family. And of course, man, I hate to put America down like that, but we can be kind of lazy. We're just, stuck on our phones. So, I actually, man, I'll be honest, I took more preference to want to work with you guys. A, because it's a little bit cheaper. Um, B, because of the arsenal of services you guys have. And, C, just in America, just the prices are higher. And I guess, hey, hopefully that answers your question. Yeah.
Thank you. So if I talk about the minority, which you like says that minorities about, so as you know that America is a superpower, if I consider that, it won't be a wrong thing. While working with a third world country like us, I'm not degrading Pakistan, I'm not degrading Asia, but it's a fair thing. We are under development, and we are getting our things more better day by day. And this current situation in Pakistan about the politics is not, it's not that good right now. But still, your work is getting delivered. I think we just delivered a new job to you, and the things are getting better day by day from our side. And I started from two room office, and today I have a big place and working day and night, providing services to your type of clients. Trevion, like if I ask you about the about the quality, as you already mentioned that we are like 5 times better in the work ethics and we are fast and quick. But if I consider myself from my competitors like India, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka, how do you gonna rate us? Who is better from Pakistani perspective? Like like a Pakistani guy is much better than these three countries if we are working with, or what your perception about me about as a Pakistani? I just want to
Mhm.
know that how you take things to like forward. If somebody comes you from India and give you more cheaper rates, will you go with them or you will consider us?
Okay, that's a great question. I've been raised in a household where if
Mhm.
that person has not done wrong to you, you don't see them as a color. People are people. So, I believe if you deliver quality work, I go with wherever the best quality is, or the best rate, whichever I'm looking for. To just directly answer, if someone from India came to me and offered me social media marketing, and then you all also have that project, and maybe his rate was 20, 30, $50 cheaper, um, I wouldn't just write off take it, simply because I want to do more research onto what the service offering is. I want to look into what they're doing. And unfortunately, just my opinion is a little bit biased. I have been burned before from you know a different agency, or
Mhm.
I have been burned before by an Indian company, another Asian company, a black company. So I mean, people can do wrong. People can have ill intents for you. So I don't think that my decision would vary based on if they were just an Indian person or Pakistani, or just doesn't matter to me. And I know that being a third world country, there are some developments, and that if more of us take our resources and our businesses and we work with you all, then it's beneficial for both of us. You
Mhm.
know, we get maybe cheaper work, you know, um, for getting work done for $20 an hour. I might be able to have two workers possibly, but here in America, people they may want to charge more and say, oh, well, give me 30, 40 an hour for the same job. Um, so I guess my opinion is a little bit biased. Since I see the quality work you guys have done, and unfortunately in India, sometimes the brand reputation, sometimes the videos, the content like that isn't isn't showcased as much. So I wouldn't just go for someone in India. They don't have as much resources sometimes on the internet to look them up and make a buyer's decision.
Okay, that's amazing. It's an open village. I can say that. That's an honest answer. What I can
Yeah.
say. So let's rate us. How you rate us from if the 10 is high side and the 1 is the lesser side.
Mhm.
On which number we falls?
Man, I mean, I'd, I'd give you guys like a solid 8. I really would. The speed, the communication, man, that's there. When I message you, you're the owner of the business, and you still message back and come. So that's amazing. I've still have yet to see the full capacity of what you guys do. I've not gotten a full website from you guys yet, which I plan to very soon. I'd give you guys an 8, and I think that rating could maybe even go up to a 10, given I try out all of your services and get a review onto that.
Okay, now I'm just moving this conversation to a different platform, to a different pattern. Tell my viewers about the life of USA. People think that the person living over here, he's playing with the dollars. Tell the hardship. Tell them what is basically how you guys build your business, how you guys go through with the hardships of the daily life, and what is basically if somebody wants to come over there as an immigrant, what problems you're going to face. Honestly, I just want to give a taste to Pakistani people about Americans life, daily life, because I know you very well, you know me very well. We both start like have a communication in the first place. You reach us out and we talk, and then things goes better, and then we're gonna start doing business together.
Mhm.
So what are the daily hardships? If I talk about what are the daily challenges you guys facing over there? Even you're a business owner and you also do a job. So tell them
Mhm.
that you do a job and you run a business by side to earn good money for your family. People
Mhm.
think a person who's working in USA, he's having a very safe and secure life. That's true. But what
Yeah.
about the bills of hospitals? What about the ambulance services? How the taxi drivers treat you guys? How Uber works, which is
Okay.
expensive, which is less. Tell about the daily hardships.
Sure. So I can say it's not all glitz and glamour. It's just, I mean, put it like this: if you're already on your feet and you're established, it's easier to do better and to scale and to, have a better quality life, with your family. I wouldn't necessarily, if you're starting from the ground up, just come straight out to America, simply because, and unfortunately, there is still a lot of hidden agendas, a lot of things that people, when they see a minority or someone that's darker than them or someone who's not already set and established, and I guess I'll just come out and say it. Some people can come off racist. Some people can, may not want to support someone's business. Um, it's unfortunate that the world, seems like this currently. But in America and in many states, most of the gas stations, oil companies, etc., are owned by, Arabs. And I guess there's no off face value issue with that. But unfortunately, America treats that as a weak point for them. So when, an Arab or an Asian, or someone else wants to come to this country, they try to box them in into only owning one sort of business, living one type of life, so I think, and I guess maybe pivoting away of business ideologies, education. People right off from the start imagine that people from other countries are supposed to be much, much, much smarter than the average American. So in that retrospect, it's extremely hard for someone from another country to, do really good in education because there's a lot of obstacles and a lot of pressure on them to do better than the next person. Because like, oh, well, you're supposed to do better. This is how, other Asians are. This is how other Arabs are. You're supposed to do better. You're supposed to be naturally good at this. So I guess, yeah, to condense that, it's harder in a lot of ways. Um, and I guess final note on that, America is all about networking. It's about who do you know and does that person trust you enough to give you an opportunity to help you up, to do something for you.
What
Within my own life or business and family, friends, I've only been able to see more growth within my own company or, my relationships by networking with other people. It's I would not come to America if you're shy of meeting new people and you want to just stay in your own little box, because unfortunately, you might get secluded. You might feel a sense of loneliness. You may not find a partner. You have to be very open-minded and pushing to meet and greet and go and really get outside your shell to get with Americans. Unfortunately, they it it's just, man, I'm almost talking about myself here. People get very competitive. If you have a business or if you're making, $100,000 a year to support your family and get a home, you find a nice little neighborhood, you maybe get some neighbors, a pet, you want to live the American dream. That is, there's a lot of people that would want to take that from the average man, especially if that person is known to be a minority or from another third world or darker than them. They want to take that from you, or to limit you from what your
They're going to
full
push you to the
capability.
wall. You can say that openly, like America's going to push you to the wall if you're from
Yeah,
minorities.
you said, say again.
like Americans, white Americans, gonna push you
Yeah.
to the wall if you're a black minority, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah, I guess just say that openly. Yeah. I mean, it's more so black people will support other black people. Black people will support Arabs and Asians. And it's unfortunate, but I feel other minorities are put into a certain like for example, I'm based out of Chicago, Illinois.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of diversity. There's little territories for just strictly the Chinese, the Asians. There's another territory for the ghetto, the black people. Another territory for the high end, high earners, white people, or poor area for white people or Mexicans. It's very, man, it's extremely diverse.
So if I ask you this, like, let's talk about something very openly today, because like we're in a podcast. I think the best platform to speak openly is social media nowadays.
Hmm.
How you rate yourself when you're in a courtroom and you're fighting a case against a white American, if I talk to you like this? So how are you
Hmm.
gonna, you will be on the very good judgment, or there will be a, there will be something uh fishy because you are a black and the person who are against you or you're fighting a case is a right? What will be, it's a fair judgment, or is there a problem over there as well?
Yeah, this is definitely, and I don't want to make the podcast kind of dreading on America, but unfortunately, the um, judicial system, the system for their man should or should not go to prison and court and etc. It's extremely just it's broken, and it's I guess voicing this to other people who watch coming to America. Don't get stuck into some legal trouble if you don't know the rules of the chess game. Put it like that. You have to know what to do, some legalities. Um, you know, and I guess sometimes it does boil down to mentality and support that you have. But I guess to circle back on your question, it's no, it's not fair judgment. Unfortunately, there's been numerous stories. Let's just talk
Okay.
about black men. It's been numerous stories of judgments being improper, and and so I guess yeah, just really, man, you gotta stay on your toes if you want to get out here and if you get in legal trouble.
Okay, that's thank you, and an honest answer from an
Yeah.
American. And the perspective of your side is very strong towards the minorities. I can see that. Now, if I talk about again about your life, I think you're living with your girlfriend right now, if I'm not wrong.
Mhm. Yeah, you're right.
Okay. So there are so many videos, positive videos, that a black man having a white girlfriend and a white man having a black girlfriend. How real it is, or it is there a problem with the minorities cannot be having a girlfriend from a white American? I'm just asking to gain
Mhm.
some more knowledge. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong over here. So is it true, which we are seeing on social media, or is just to get views?
I think it's to get views. Most black men want a black woman. And if it's unfortunate, but you see maybe in sports, these athletes or Tiger Woods, a golfer, I believe he has a white wife. I don't like to see that because he has a huge audience, and a lot of other black people would see that and they're like, see, this is keeping us back or whichever. But no, many times it's social media. Um, Not many white women want a black man, and that's not racial, but it's
That's
keep real.
that's a
It's
very honest answer, man.
yeah. I
Seriously,
mean,
this podcast will gonna fire. I honestly, I can see the views coming in because you
yeah.
are so honest on this. Now, if I talk about the struggles of Americans, like all Americans, including American, white American, black Americans, immigrants, and all,
Hmm.
you says that the life is hard over there as well. If you're not earning a good amount of like money, you can't be rolling in the society. Same goes over here in Pakistan. So I think there's no big difference. Only media is making a big difference
Yeah.
between two nations, in America and in Pakistan. Yes, we are
Hmm.
under development. We are going through under development. We are developing our study outlines. We are developing our roads. I can say that over here, the traffic issues. before working with a Pakistani company or with a Pakistani guy, when you heard about the Pakistani country name, what first thing comes in your mind?
Man, I'm glad you asked that. Um, if you know me personally, you know I have a very open mind. What I learned about other countries and concepts, I don't look to the television for it. Note to anyone coming to America, TV is not the place to learn about the news, about the celebrities and what's happening. Stay away from the TV because they have narratives to manipulate it.
Yeah.
And I want to come back to your question, but that's one of the main reasons why Africa, all of Africa, is seen as this poor, desolate, horrible, savage land. And it's not. It's I have multiple family members that go there, and my uncle, he's Kenyan, so yeah, of course it's still in development, but just be very cautious of what you see on social media because and it's very unfortunate. I'll be careful not to say anything rude, but I've seen a lot of, for example, in Iran, in Islamic countries, and you know, it's very quote unquote, the narrative is terrorist. The narrative is violence. The narrative is radical religion. And the same for, Pakistan, the same for India, the same for this. And it's unfortunate because although I know religion is extremely pertinent, it's important there, it's not to the, I feel it's not to the extent that what America portrays it as, you know. I feel it's not, there could be some truths, but I feel the majority of what's seen on the television and even sometimes on the internet, that's where the beauty of your business comes in. I've seen your own ads. I've seen your presence pop up multiple times. I feel what's needed to change that narrative is just more viewership, this podcast, more people seeing and hearing from it. You know, it's like, for example, when you go onto YouTube and you hear someone who's Indian, Asian, Pakistan, whichever, um, I feel what's needed is just more representation. Maybe help with the language barrier so that some of the Americans who are a little closed-minded, at least in the least, let them understand what you're saying clearer. So yeah,
So
hopefully
like
that
basically
answers.
you were saying the media narrative is always against with Asians and all of the countries. And they are basically a sold media towards government, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, yes, yeah. The media is owned by people who have a narrative and want to keep things in a certain direction. And what I think could be used to shift that, people coming into this country have to find leverage, have to find something to change the narrative. Um, for example, if someone came to this country and they found oil and it created more riches and it helped support, our nation and where we are, the narrative would instantly change. Or how it is in other countries that supply America with weapons or military assets, or gives us more power, such as if we were to get in a war, those countries, those areas are supported because it's helpful in a way towards America's narrative.
What
um
are what are your views on Putin and Russia and Ukraine war?
mhm. It's funny, I think the same about those leaders as I do of people in my own government here, or
Okay.
Washington DC. Man, I feel they're very childish. They can't handle pressure. They want to win. They always need to be at the top. So, you know, um,
That hits a lot to everyone. Like even I don't
yeah,
like wars.
yeah.
Wars is not a solution, I
I,
believe so.
it's wars benefit really only one person.
Yeah.
Wars, unfortunately, wars pave the road for a new area to come into there. Wars, desolate. I agree with you there. So I guess to answer your question, Putin isn't. I guess this made me slightly ignorant on that topic. I don't know much about Putin himself
Even though
because.
I'm not a sound person of politics, but as far as TVs are saying, whatever the news from BBC, CNN,
Mhm.
TRD we are seeing and we're watching on daily on daily, so on daily news, it's like that Putin is like just getting in his his self-satisfaction, which I personally believe so.
Yeah.
And the Ukrainians are like having a very bad life right now, because war is not good for anyone, even for me, for you, for America, for Ukraine, because we can't go for a third world war, because already two world wars has been shown that the disaster is huge and the benefits are very less. So I think sooner or later our governments were going to realize that, and they're going to work peacefully to make a world in a good place to live, which is a better option, which we can do. But it's uncertain. It's uncertain. We can't expect the future. We can't expect a good future, which I can say. But still, the life goes on, and life will go on. So, Trevion, my last question: what do you think about Muslims when you meet there? What's your views?
It's funny. It's funny you ask. I'm a Muslim, so
Yeah,
of course I
I know.
support that. Yeah,
I know
you
you're a
do.
Muslim.
So
I know you're a Muslim, but if you're an American over there, what was your perception?
before I became a Muslim and I went into that, it was let me think for a moment. My perspective was very limited. The perspective of Islam was radical. It was harsh. It was, I was turned away from it initially. And, let's just be honest, it just was mainly accredited to the media. The media.
When you revert to
is not
Islam,
accurate.
when you
You said
revert to
what?
Islam, when you revert to Islam, you are a born Muslim, or you expected you convert yourself to Islam later on?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question?
I'm saying, are you the born Muslim? You born in a Muslim family, or you
Mhm.
revert yourself to Islam?
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah, I've converted. I converted when I was a teenager in high school. My stepfather, I don't think he was born a Muslim, but it was it's funny. Here in Chicago, they have a mosque, and there a lot of students come and they get the teachings and they learn from it. This is where the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is. So Islam was not innate and born in anyone, but after maybe I'd say 2 generations deep now, Islam has been brought upon us because some of the earliest followers, even with the Elijah Muhammad while he was here, some of the earliest followers lived that and died with Islam on them. And their children grew up with that, and their great grandchildren. So at this point, it's born within people. With me personally, I have converted to that.
Are you fasting right now?
No, I am not. I have fasted multiple times, but in this case, no.
Ramadan is going on. Ramadan is going on. So I just asked that, are you fasting today or not? Anyways, I'm really happy that you converted yourself to Islam and you're exploring the book of Allah, and you're exploring the most noble personality on the earth is Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So I'm very pleased, Trevion, because I know you're Muslim, but I just make my audience to understand that how people is treating over there, what is going on nowadays in US. And thank you so much that you give us a very clear picture. And thank you so much for your time today. And I hope this video will rock the YouTube soon.
Yeah.
And we'll be having a great views together, and it might be goes credit to you. Thank you so much for your time from your busy schedule. And I hope we will work together for so long as we are doing right now. So looking forward to talk to you soon on other concepts and other things.
Yeah, let's
really
connect, collaborate, do business. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm really happy that you give us a time, and I welcome you to Pakistan whenever when you are ready to come, and all the expenses will be on my side. You don't need to spend money. Thank you so much for your time, brother.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Allah Hafiz. Peace.
Peace. Thank you.